Welcome to Prelude to Ulysses. It's the only YouTube channel in existence where we just sit around reading books. Slowly. Today on Prelude to Ulysses, we're going to be reading a selection out of Delicious Laughter, which is the rambunctious teaching stories from Namatwani. I think the author is Rumi. I'm not really sure. Last time we read Beruged Old Ladies. Oh. Got a lot of coffee grinds in there. Did I forget to put the lid on or something? Oh well. Welcome to Prelude to Ulysses. My name's Tim the Toolman Taylor. We're gonna be makeup. It's called Ayez and the King's Pearl. Ow! Once again, please take note that there's so many underlined passages here. It's almost as if someone underlined everything. It's throughout the entire book. I did not do this. How long is this stupid poem? That ain't too bad. Ayez and the King's Pearl. One day the king assembled his courtiers. Courtiers? 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 Colon, come, common, compress, confirm, constitution, coronary bypass, county court. What was I looking up? Courting, courtier. Courtier, courteous, courtier, a person who is often in attendance at the court of a king or other royal personage. Number 2, a person who flatters. Oh, you. Is that flattery? One day the king assembled his courtiers. Those are people who flatter him. He handed the minister a glowing pearl. What would you say this is worth? More gold than 100 donkeys could carry. Break it. Sir, how could I waste your resources like that? The king presented him with a robe of honor for his answer, and took back the pearl. He talked a while to the assembly on various topics. Then he put the pearl in the chamberlain's hand. What would you sell it for? Half a kingdom. God preserve it. Break it. My hand could not... I'm mixing up my voices again. Break it. My hand could not move to do such a thing. The king rewarded him with a robe of honor and an increase in his salary. And so it went with each of the 50 or 60 courtiers. Those are people who flatter the king. One by one, they imitated the minister and the chamberlain and received new wealth. Then the pearl was given to Ayez, A-Y-A-Z. Can you say how splendid this is? It's more than I can say. Then break it, this second, into tiny pieces. Ayez had a dream about this, and he'd hidden 2 stones in his sleeve. He crushed the pearl to a powder between them. As Joseph at the bottom of the well listened to the end of his story, so such listeners understand success and unsuccess as one thing. Don't worry about forms. If someone wants your horse, let him have it. Horses are for hurrying ahead of the others. The court assembly screamed at the recklessness of Ayez. How could you do that? What the king says is worth more than any pearl. I honor the king, not some colored stone. Racist. The princes immediately fell on their knees and put their foreheads on the ground. Their sighs went up like a smoke cloud, asking forgiveness. The king gestured to his executioner as though to say, "Take out this trash." His executioner, huh? The trash is the people that he just rewarded? Whatever, let's keep reading. Ayez sprang forward. Your mercy makes them bow like this. Give them their lives. Let them keep hoping for union with you. They see their forgetfulness now, as the drunken man did when he said, I didn't know what I was doing. And then someone pointed out, but you invited that forgetfulness into you. You drank it. There was a choice. Whoa! Uh-oh. They know deeply. Come back to that one. They know deeply now how imitation lulled them to sleep. Don't separate yourself from them. Look at all their heads against the floor. Raise their faces into yours. Let them wash into your cool washing place. Ayez in his speech always get to this point, and then the pen breaks. How can a saucer contain the ocean? The drunk breaks their cups, but you poured that wine. Ayez said, you picked me to crush the pearl. Don't punish the others for my drunken obedience. Punish them when I'm sober, because I'll never be sober again. He was the drunk in that metaphor? Whoever bows down like they are bowing down will not rise up like they are bowing down, will not rise up in his old self again. You're like a gnat in your buttermilk. They've become your buttermilk. Oh, buttermilk's made? Ugh. The mountains are trembling. Their map and compass are the lines in your palm. Hussam, I need 100 mouths to say this, but I only have one. 100,000 impressions from the spirit are wanting to come through here. I feel stunned in this abundance, crushed and dead. I don't get that one. Oh, it's so hot in here. Tyler, hot or cold, hot or cold, hot or cold? I can heat up the cold, though. I far prefer the cold to hot. So I don't understand what the king, I guess he was testing them. The king was testing them, or maybe he's just crazy. He's like, hey, break this. Hey, break this. Hey, man, this is worth a bunch. You want to just break it? It sounds like the king's just a fucking douchebag. It's like, hey, like the kid on the playground's got a like new toy. Doesn't mind breaking it. Or wait, that doesn't make any sense. The king might be someone who has no real understanding of like material value. Rich people have the least understanding, I think, of what a sandwich is worth. That's not true either. Oh, I don't know. You probably know more than I do what a sandwich is worth. I just know what I'm willing to pay for a sandwich, which is not a lot, actually. I can make my own sandwich. What's your point? Do you have a point here? I don't think so. So the king was trying to test everybody into breaking to see whether they would do it or not. One guy actually does it, and they're like, "Why'd you do it?" And they're like, "I was listening to my king. His mouth value, his requests are more valuable than this pearl." And then they're like, "Oh my God, you're right. Oh, that's the right answer. Oh my God!" And the king's like, "Let's kill these bitches. You're right to break my stuff, to value my mouth over this pearl." And he's like, "No, don't do it. Don't do it." And then he gets into some weird metaphor, right? He says, they see their forgetfulness now as the drunken man did when he said, I didn't know I was doing anything wrong. But then he also points out that to drink is a choice. So to be forgetful, to be stupid, to be ignorant, to be arrogant is a choice. Always. So how does that help them not kill the people he's trying to protect? I don't know. He's like, they were drunken with the concept of imitation because the first guy, you gave him a nice robe and everyone likes good clothes, right? So that's why they imitated it. But now they get that they were wrong because you were rewarding them. We won't go into that though. But you should just tell them how much you love them, hang out with them, let them wash their butts in your butt washing place. And at this point, the author describes this person, Ayez, as being so full with truth that he's like a cup that cannot contain the ocean. Although, don't kill people for things they didn't understand is not necessarily what I wouldn't consider that to be like super deep philosophy, right? So hot. You need to cut your shake. You need to clean up a little bit. I was sick all week last week. It was insane. I'm still kind of sick. Excuse me. Oh. Yeah, so I don't know. Don't punish people for things that they don't understand. That's pretty basic bullshit. But then he says, and I get kind of lost here. Ayez said, you picked me to crush the pearl. You picked literally everybody else before you. Don't punish the others for my drunken obedience. Now he's the drunk when he clearly says, it's like literally a paragraph 4, they see their forgetfulness now as the drunken man did, but now he's the drunken one. Don't punish them for my drunken obedience. Punish them when I'm sober. What is Ayez drunk on? So they're drunk on the power of imitation, the power of copying others that were benefiting before you. Like if you're in a line of people and you don't know how you got there, and like you see that they're going up to a kiosk, and they go to the kiosk, and if they go skibadoo wop bop bop, they get a pair of sunglasses. But if they go ski bopper, they get slapped in the face. Once you get to the front, you're gonna go skibadoo bop bop, so you get sunglasses. You know, that's God. You're really good at metaphors. That wasn't even a metaphor. That was an analogy. Wow, is that a metaphor? A metaphor is like an analogy without. For poets. No, but that was a simile. A metaphor is an analogy for poets. A metaphor is like an analogy for poets. Is a simile. Is it accurate? I don't know. So I don't know what Ayez is drunk on. Then he says, punish them when I'm sober because I'll never be sober again. I don't understand. What is he drunk on? I guess just the presence of the king. It's so weird. These fucking king, queen motherfuckers are so weird. People who worship other people are fucking weird. They're fucking weird, man. Unless you're talking about the K-pop star, Ketsuo, what's his name? Oh no, that's the Bullet Man. Nope, that's Tetsuo. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. I just wanted to sound smart, but all I could think of was the cover of a film I've never seen. And then I missaid it. So I don't know what he's drunk on. I don't know what he's sober on. He's like, but remember, everyone who bows down, like they are not going to rise up in their old self. Because when they bow to you, like a gnat in your buttermilk, they become your buttermilk. That's gross. I gotta do some yard work. I don't want to do anything. So yeah, I am definitely confused by one paragraph. But whatever. When he says, you picked me to crush the pearl, which was not true. Don't punish the others for my drunken obedience. I don't know what that means. Okay, whatever. Okay. The mountains are trembling. Their map and compass are the lines in your palm. And he just says, don't kill him. Hussam, I need 100 mouths to say this, but I only have one. 100,000 impressions. Oh, this is not a quote either. This is the author saying, Hussam, I need 100 mouths to say this, but I only have one. 100,000 impressions from the spirit are wanting to come through here with his pen strokes right here. I feel stunned in this abundance, crushed and dead. Maybe this is something that just needed to be said back in the day. Don't kill people for no reason. I don't know. I haven't been doing this lately. I haven't been doing anything. I've been literally sick as shit for an entire week. I get lost frequently with Rumi. I feel like I feel like someone's... My neighbors are weed whacking the alley. I probably was going to do the same thing today on my side. I didn't learn anything from that. I don't think I'm growing as a person.